So you're saying next year bull market?
We may be seeing a super cycle.
I think that this is an opportunity. I bought more Ethereum last week.
I've been obviously meeting with all the sovereign wealth funds, 100 different investors, hedge funds, family office investors, banks, and people that own banks or run banks. I've been meeting with.
Huge news today for cryptocurrency holders. If you're wondering why the market has started to accelerate, we're going to show you and answer all your questions in today's video. Adoption is happening behind the scenes, acceptance is happening behind the scenes, and positive pro-crypto regulation, which will send this market to Valhalla, is literally happening behind the scenes. Most people have no idea this is going on. If you're interested in making money in crypto and having an edge in the market with daily crypto content, make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. We are the largest crypto community in the world. So, crypto holders, breaking news just in. Banks in the United States are now officially allowed to buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum and cryptocurrency at large for their customers. This according to the official of Comptroller of Currency putting out a statement today. There's no other way to look at this. This is huge news. US regulator OCC confirms that banks can facilitate Bitcoin and crypto transactions. They write, the banks can serve as an intermediary and do not need to hold the crypto assets as inventory, instead acting in a capacity equivalent to that of a broker acting as an agent. So, is this it? Hell no, this isn't it. Also, breaking news, the CFTC, another regulating body, has announced a new pilot program for Bitcoin and Ethereum and stablecoins to be used as tokenized collateral in derivatives markets. Naming Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDC by name, citing the Genius Act as a big reason why they're doing this. This will allow billions to come into crypto. So why are we seeing this happen? What's going on? Why is this happening now? What's going on? Why is this happening now? What the hell is going on? Just in, BlackRock has just filed for a staked Ethereum ETF. Why are we seeing everybody going so hard into crypto right now? And even this, Bitwise has just taken one of its products, Top 10 Crypto Index Fund, from over-the-counter to the public New York Stock Exchange, moving diversified crypto exposure onto a major regulated exchange. Like, this is something people look for in traditional markets, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ. These are financial products we are now getting in crypto. But why? We know why this is happening. At Altcoin Daily, we always keep you informed. Make sure you subscribe. The answer is this, and Senator Cynthia Lummis just alerted the community on a public stage today. Just in, Senator Cynthia Lummis says the crypto market structure bill could pass in 2 weeks, saying we are at prime time. Yes, if this really passes in 2 weeks, the whole market is about to wake up fast.
So my goal is to share a draft at the end of this week that is our best efforts to date and let industry vet it, let Republicans and Democrats vet it, and then go to market markup next week.
That's great to hear. You know, you're with a room full of industry leaders and innovators, so I know we're all looking forward to seeing the draft and appreciate all the work that you put into it.
And may I add something there?
Sure.
So you're going to have a challenge next week. So because you're going to be under a tight timeline to read it and vet it and make your suggestions and get us your feedback. Because now we are at prime time now. You know, we're in the last 2 weeks.
There are less than 10 legislative days for the rest of the year, I think.
That's correct. And so please set aside a swath of time when you see a draft come out later this week to really, really comb through it, and because we're ready to roll with markup.
So yes, this is huge. It's a major crypto bill that is advancing. In fact, this will be the biggest and most important bipartisan crypto bill yet when it passes, and it will pass, especially knowing that Senator Gillibrand and Lummis are now saying that a full draft is coming this week with hearings and a vote planned as early as next week. I would love to see the Polymarket odds whenever that bill goes to a vote. How likely is it to pass? I'll be watching for this. Something else the entire industry is watching. Tomorrow is the most important FOMC meeting of our lives. Well, until the next one. Good news for crypto holders, though. While it was just but a month ago where it looked like even a 25 basis point rate cut was not likely, now that we're 24 hours away, there's a 97% chance per Polymarket that the Fed cuts 25 basis points. Now, 97% isn't 100%. Probably by tomorrow, if it happens, this ticks to 100%. Right now on Polymarket, if you were to bet $10K on this seemingly sure thing, you could win $300. Certainly, tons of great bets out there, especially in the crypto section. Now, who else has a Polymarket portfolio which is kind of turning into a hedge versus the current crypto market? If you follow the cryptocurrency market every day, I like to think we have a little bit of extra information that most people betting on Polymarket wouldn't know. You know that Polymarket is an Altcoin Daily channel partner. I'm going to leave a link how you can create an account and start betting below. And this is an inspiring story. If you do have alpha, if you do make good bets, wow, this Polymarket trader turned $12 into $12,000 into $30,000, nailing 11 short-term Bitcoin moves. So a lot of mainstream media reporting no rate cut tomorrow. I tend to think Polymarket has the most likely version of what's about to happen. Historically speaking, in the past 2 years, Polymarket has predicted elections more accurately than polls, calling world events before journalists or mainstream media, and just generally turning speculation into actual information. What altcoins were in 2027, what NFTs were in 2021, what AI and creator coins were in 2024. Basically, Polymarket is where big things are happening now, and you better believe this is going to get a whole lot bigger. Finally, Polymarket app goes live in the US. Finally, US users can download the app and don't just have to use the browser. Or if you have the MetaMask mobile app, Polymarket launches in there. Take a look at some of these trending Polymarket bets right now. Obviously, sports is a big thing. Heat versus Magic, Barcelona versus Frankfurt. Who's going to be Time Person of the Year? What day will OpenAI next release a new frontier mode? I mean, you can bet on anything pretty much. Make sure you don't click any bad links. I will leave a good link in the comments and description below so you can make an account and check it out yourself. So, obviously expect volatility, but there's a lot of reason to think we're in a short-term uptrend, and obviously there's the long-term uptrend. But regarding the short term, this is a great move for Bitcoin, what we're seeing. It's still following the bullish scenario in which the breakout above 92K might be a signal, strong data coming out of the US on the labor market data, and since then, prices have been rallying in which Ethereum is even outperforming Bitcoin strongly. It's clear that there's a more risk-on appetite on the horizon. Going into the FOMC meeting tomorrow night, I'd love to see 91.5K to 92K hold as support. If it does, I don't see any reason why we're not at least going to be testing the 100K area from here. I mean, take a look at this. Most people have no idea what's happening with Ethereum and traditional finance. Ethereum is now bigger than Visa and Mastercard, at least when it comes to settling dollar-denominated transactions, which is what Visa and Mastercard do. That's huge. Nearly $6 trillion USD in stablecoin volume in Q4, already surpassing both Visa and Mastercard's quarterly transaction volume. Ethereum has become the primary settlement layer for the digital dollar. The scale makes early DeFi activity look insignificant by comparison, and just overall, the on-chain economy is pulling ahead of traditional financial infrastructure. Most people have no idea. Even leading a CNBC contributor to say, I think this is an opportunity. I bought more Ethereum last week because I think there's upside.
I think MicroStrategy has a complicated balance sheet, and so I've never owned it. I think BMNR from a Ethereum treasury, they have a clean balance sheet. Obviously, they're issuing shares, but they're not doing preferreds or converts. And so I think that this is an opportunity. I bought more Ethereum last week. I just think, especially with Ethereum, which is down quite a bit off its highs, this is when you add to these positions, right? You're supposed to buy low, sell high, but most people feel comfortable buying crypto at the all-time highs, not when there's actually an event occurring. Whether MSCI fleshes out, I have no idea.
You're telling people to buy strategy?
No, Ethereum.
Binance Founder CZ is still saying we may be seeing a supercycle. Supercycle is still in play.
But I think that force will be quite strong. So that force may be strong enough to offset the 4-year cycle. Who knows? Yeah.
So you're saying next year bull market?
We may be seeing a super cycle. Wow. So we'll see. Yeah. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And with Michael Saylor speaking in Dubai and even revealing that he's having meetings with every sovereign wealth fund in the Middle East this week about buying Bitcoin, billions are going to flow into Bitcoin.
So I've been meeting with, I've been obviously meeting with all the sovereign wealth funds. I've been meeting with 50, 100 different investors, hedge funds, family office investors that are interested. I've been meeting with banks and people that own banks or run banks. I've been meeting with fund managers that offer financial products. I've been meeting with regulators in every jurisdiction. And my message, by the way, is very, very straightforward. My message is we now have digital capital. Bitcoin is digital capital, is digital gold. On top of digital capital, we have a new asset class called digital credit. Digital credit strips the volatility from the capital and provides yield, income. So the simple idea is, if you have a 5-year-old kid, you can give them $1 million worth of land in Manhattan, that's capital, and tell them wait 30 years and then maybe they'll be rich, but there are no cash flows. Or you can give them a credit instrument that pays them $10,000 a month forever, starting now.
Hey, finally, my friends, I'm going to leave a link to this too, the Altcoin Daily merch store. Hats, shirts, things with our logo, just general kind of crypto merch that don't have our logo on the outside. Check it out. I'm going to leave a link below. If you're an Altcoin Daily Tier 1 member, you get a discount. If you're an Altcoin Daily Tier 2 member or above, you get an even bigger discount. So certainly members are taking advantage of this. But anyways, things are getting really interesting. Subscribe to Altcoin Daily, join our team. We keep you informed. 2025 was interesting. 2026 looks very interesting. So I'll see you tomorrow.